Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
And we begin here at 6 with breaking news from Detroit's west side, where 2 Michigan State police troopers have been injured.
Let's get to Tim Pamplin, who is live near Outer Drive in Evergreen. All right, Tim, what can you tell us so far?
Yeah, just arriving on the scene here, guys. It's Outer Drive, just east of Evergreen. 1 Michigan State police trooper has been shot here on Outer Drive. Sources telling us at Local 4 that the MSP were conducting a raid at a home when bullets started ringing out. After it all settled down, 1 officer was struck. He's been taken to an area hospital now. The person, I'm being told, who did the shooting is now hauled up inside the house on Outer Drive, right near Minnock down there. This is about as close as we would want to get right now. This is still a very active scene along Outer Drive. 1 trooper not aware of his condition just yet. This all happening within the last half hour, 20 minutes, half hour or so on Detroit's west side. But again, Outer Drive, Evergreen, completely shut down after a Michigan State police trooper has been shot during a raid here in Detroit. Back to you guys downtown.
Okay, and we'll continue to check in with you throughout this broadcast for further updates, Tim. Thank you. Other news tonight, hate-fueled threats against Governor Whitmer, President Biden, and others bring FBI agents to a home in Michigan's Thumb area.
The man taken into custody also posted online about wanting to harm members of the LGBTQ plus community. Jacqueline Francis has more on what agents found on a YouTube page.
This man came to the attention of the FBI after allegedly making threats on YouTube, threatening to kill FBI agents, members of the LGBTQ community, President Biden, and Governor Whitmer. The threats are disturbing and the charges serious. 30-year-old Randall Robert Burka from Seaboing, Michigan, became the subject of an FBI investigation earlier this month. According to the criminal complaint, the FBI was tipped off to threats made by Burka on YouTube. Burka allegedly posting, quote, "I'm going to kill these Democrats. Biden deserves to die. I'm going to kill LGBT freaks and save America. I'm more than willing to kill Whitmer, and I do live in Michigan," end quote. According to the FBI, Burka's mother purchased 4 guns for him within the last year. Burka was prohibited from possessing firearms after the complaint says he was involuntarily committed for mental health treatment in 2012. The latest case of anti-government extremism comes 2 years after the FBI foiled a plot to kidnap and kill Governor Whitmer. In an interview this weekend with Chris Wallace, Governor Whitmer says she's aware threats like this still exist.
If there are crazy people out there, your husband, your children could also be in danger.
I think about it everywhere I go, Chris. You know, the former president made me a target and threw a lot of gas on the fire, and it has continued to burn. And I think about it everywhere I go.
Burka is charged with illegally possessing firearms. If convicted, he faces up to 15 years in prison. Reporting in Detroit, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
With snow melting all over Metro Detroit, our winter weather advisory ended early today.
I'm glad to see it do so. Let's check in with Kim for more. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kimberly and Christy. We do have a few light snow flurries, but the majority of the snow did come to an end earlier this afternoon, thankfully, and things are quieting down. We'll stay quiet through the day tomorrow, and then some changes for Sunday. Well, we got anywhere from 3 to 6 inches, which is about what we expected. 5.6 in Saline, 5.4 in Ann Arbor. The official total, where we keep records at Romulus at the airport, 5.2. Lapeer 4.5, St. Clair Shores a little less in Macomb County. St. Clair Shores and East Point both picking up about 3.5 inches. Well, if it seems like every Friday we've had some sort of storm or some sort of precip, you're absolutely right. We went all the way back, and the last 6 Fridays we've had some kind of impactful weather, whether it was single-digit wind chills February 3rd, or light snow on the 10th and the 17th, or that significant storm on the 24th. And also, of course, last week we had the very big snowstorm here in Metro Detroit. And then today, yet another snowstorm. And it looks like next Friday we're going to get some rain in here. So something about Friday, I'm not sure what, but definitely active Fridays here in Metro Detroit. If you want to kind of keep track of all the weather in your neighborhood, you can do so on our 4Warn Weather app, including school closings, all kinds of really cool features. So it's free. Just go to your favorite app store and type in WDIV.
Hey, Kim, thank you. So let's check out some my picks from this snow day. Carrie Jean got out the old tape measure to show us how much snow had fallen just before noon. This is in Riverview. And Jay Hill sent us this one of a snow animal called Miss Shirla, making friends with a tree. You can send us your pictures at clickondetroit.com/mypicks.
Well, there's new information released today by Michigan State Police shedding light on the deadly campus shootings last month. It includes a more detailed timeline of events and these letters written by the shooter. Sean Lave is live in East Lansing tonight with the very latest for us. And Sean, a lot of this information today really adds a lot of dimension what happened that night.
You're exactly right. So let's get right to it. Michigan MSU police putting out a photo of the letter found with the gunman after this horrible shooting and a timeline of events that's raising some new questions. Here's the latest. This timeline of events is coming from MSU police. It is extensive. The night of February 13th, 8:18 in the evening, the first shots fired at Berkey Hall. 8:26, shots fired in the student union. And then police say it was 10:04, an alert confirming an active shooter on campus. The shooting was over at that point. We're asking MSU why the alert went out 90 minutes after shots were fired in the student union. By 11:18, MSU police isolate a photo of the gunman and release it to the public. 11:49, MSP spots that shooter walking off campus, approaching him, and he takes his own life. MSU police also releasing a photo of the timeline that includes the letter found with the shooter, Anthony McCrae, written the day before the shooting. McCrae writes that he will be shooting up MSU, expressing that he has been hurt, that he is tired of being an outcast and a loner, blaming people for making him, quote, into a killer. McCrae writes, "Why do people hate me? They never accepted me. My father had nothing to do with this." And there's more. This map showing Ingham County 911 receiving more than 2,100 phone calls the night of the shooting. 1,440 of them were calls to 911, equaling that to 2.5 days worth of calls to that dispatch center. There are more than 3,000 radio transmissions of police talking to one another during the active shooter emergency. Back here live again, a lot of new information being put out by Michigan State University Police today. We did ask MSU about that lag in time from when the shooting apparently ended to when the alert went out about 90 minutes later. MSU told us today that no one was around. Basically, to answer that question, they'll be answering questions about that and other questions we have for them next week. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that. Thanks so much, Sean.
A 19-year-old man is facing an additional felony charge after police say he gave a 13-year-old boy the gun used in a shooting outside 2 Roseville schools. DeAndre Parks was charged earlier this week with carrying a concealed weapon. Police say Parks supplied the gun to the 13-year-old who shot a 40-year-old man outside Steenland Elementary and Roseville Middle School. Parks now faces an added charge of carrying a handgun in a weapon-free school zone that's punishable by up to 5 years in prison. A man from Lincoln Park is accused of following another driver home and then shooting at them after a road rage incident. Police say the trouble started on I-75 in Detroit, and then Warren Wolfgang Sommer followed the driver to their Allen Park home, firing 4 shots. Thankfully, the victim was not hurt. Sommer faces charges of assault with a dangerous weapon and a slew of felony firearm charges.
Farmington Hills police have launched a new webpage dedicated to solving cold case murders and missing persons investigations. Right now, the department has 7 unsolved murders going as far back as the 1970s. Megan Woods joins us live. And Megan, they're hoping this will refresh people's memories and get some justice for these families.
That's right, refresh their memories or maybe change their mind about speaking up. So take a look at these Crime Stoppers and Missing Persons posters. So their faces may look familiar, but you only see them when you walk into the Farmington Hills Police Department lobby. This site will expand their reach.
It's definitely the low point of the case when you can't look that family member in the eye and you can't give them the closure or the answers that they deserve.
Farmington Hills Police Chief Jeff King says even though a case has gone cold, it doesn't mean that person is forgotten. They work closely with family to get answers.
They need to know who, as to the greatest extent possible, who, what, where, when, maybe why, and we're trying to get them that. And the public needs to know that whatever bit of information they have, as inconsequential as they think it is, it could be critical to our investigation.
That's why they've launched this site with photos, information on each case, as well as a way to give an anonymous tip. One of the cases is Carlita Ransom's mother, Darlene McKenzie. She went missing in 1975 and was later found dead.
It still hurts, and it hurts even more not knowing who did this to your loved one.
So while she hasn't forgotten her mom, she hopes the people who know something haven't forgotten either.
Well, hopefully it'll touch people all around the world, and it'll actually motivate people to speak up. I mean, we speak up about everything else. Why not speak up about this? This is affecting your life, people's lives daily. It's never too late. It's never too late.
She was just 2 years old when she lost her mother, and she lives with that grief every day. And so do the rest of these cold case victims, friends and family. So do them a favor. Check out that site. We'll put the link on clickondetroit.com. Any little bit of information can really help in this case. Live in Farmington Hills, Megan Woods, Local 4.
Yeah, it absolutely can. Thanks so much, Megan.
I want to update you on that breaking news that we told you about at the top of the newscast. We're following from Detroit's west side here, where 2 Michigan State troopers are hurt. One of them was shot. This happened during a raid at a home near Outer Drive and Evergreen. We're gathering new information, and we'll take you back live to the scene right after the break.